All right, this is very interesting. If you thought that Trump's tariff stunt would only hurt the working class, think again, because now Trump's own billionaire donors are turning against him. Let's go through what's going on. April 2nd was meant to be Liberation Day. Trump announced these sweeping tariffs, 10% baseline, huge numbers on some countries, China being one of them. And of course, as we now know, the stock market's reaction was swift, immediate, and severe, dropping 3% a day, several days in a row. Okay, we very quickly started hearing from some interesting individuals that they aren't happy with what's going on. We heard from Ken Langone. He's the billionaire co-founder of Home Depot, longtime Republican donor, longtime Trump supporter. He didn't miss words. He called the tariffs bullshit and expressed confusion over how these tariff numbers were even arrived at. We then have Ken Griffin, CEO of Citadel and another major Republican donor. He labeled the tariffs, quote, a huge policy mistake and warned that they would burden middle-class families with increased costs. That's true. That's not his primary concern, though. And then even Elon Musk, of course, this big-time Trump ally, dumped $250 million into Trump's campaign, working with/for Trump. He was reportedly making personal appeals behind the scenes to repeal the tariffs or reverse them. And he even went public and said he wants no tariffs.
And I'm hopeful, for example, with the tariffs, that at the end of the day, I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero tariff situation, effectively creating a free trade zone between Europe and North America. And that would be that's what I hope occurs. And also more freedom of people to move between Europe and North America, if they wish.
All right. So Elon making it clear he doesn't like it either. And of course, we also heard from Senator Rand Paul, not a billionaire, but he said he's just against the tariffs, period. This ultimately led to Donald Trump announcing the pause on the tariffs, and that leads us to where we are today. So we should be crystal clear about what this is versus what this is not. These donors are not upset because the tariffs will hurt working people. They might pay some lip service to that, but primarily they're upset because the tariffs are going to hurt them. When Trump was targeting immigrants, slashing social programs, passing tax cuts for the wealthy, they were either silent or they were cheering it on. Now that their stock portfolios are bleeding, now it's all of a sudden a crisis. And it's pretty ironic that these are the same people who poured millions into electing Donald Trump twice, bankrolled him again in 2024, helped build this monster, and now they're surprised that the monster is biting back. What we're watching is not a break with Trumpism. It's a negotiation. The donors don't care about the authoritarianism, the culture war nonsense. It just, if it messes with their business, then it is not good. That's the bottom line. The moral rot, who cares? Margins is what they care about. And if the past is any guide here, these donors are going to fall back in line the moment Trump says something about deregulation or corporate tax cuts. So there are some billionaire GOP donors turning on Trump, but it doesn't represent an ideological split. It's a temporary tantrum because the cash flow has been interrupted by the tariffs. After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what the Echo Machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get the Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.